Hey everyone, so today I'm going to try my best to film a get ready with me and kind of like chit chat. So I'm going to be getting ready using a lot of the Too Faced Peach collection, the new peach and fig, I think it is, sweet peach and fig collection, and then also the older peach collection. I'm going to be using some of the stuff. So I already have my face washed, and now, like I said, I'm kind of new to this, so I'm figuring out as I go what will be the best way to show you guys like everything I do, because usually like I do my makeup in a mirror like super close up, so this isn't going to be like perfect, but I hope you guys can see what I'm doing, and I will be able to talk and like explain to you as I go products and stuff. So my face is already washed and moisturized. I moisturize in the morning with the L'Oreal matte moisturizer. I'll link everything like I've said down below. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I've been using this primer for 3 or 4 days now, and I really like it. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Peach Primed and Peachy primer, and this primer is a mattifying primer, so it is going to give you a pretty good smoothing look. I use a small amount to start and then kind of build. It's just like a thicker texture, but not super thick. It actually blends in really nicely with the skin, and I start in my T-zone because that is where I tend to get more oily than anything, especially in the sides of my nose. So I really try to like rub it into the sides of my nose, and that's like one pump usually there, and then I start here and just kind of blend it out. I don't put primer all in these areas, again, because I don't get as oily in those areas, so it's not like a super big worry for me, but really this part of my face is where I get really oily. So I'll take 2 pumps at first, and then I'll do like another 2. I don't really like using like a lot of product because I like to save it, especially because, you know, college student, budget, all those things come into play. The good thing about this particular primer and like the stuff that I'm using, like I'll explain, but a lot of it I bought in a kit, which was $45, but it ends up being like a really good deal overall because you get so much stuff in it. So my primer is on, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's really smoothed out like the redness a little bit, and it feels good. Like it's not sticky, it's pretty matte feeling, but it doesn't feel like super sticky, and it blends into the skin nicely. So I'll kind of just take my hands now and rub it over the rest of my face. So the next thing I'm going to use is the new Too Faced, well, it's not new, it's like 7 months new, but new to me, the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. And like I've said before, I'm oily now, but I never was oily before this. Like maybe in middle school I got oily a little bit, but I wasn't into makeup. So now I'm more oily than I've been before, and you know, my skin changes every 7 years, they say. So that's probably why I've gotten more oily, but I'm learning like what to use. I never used matte foundations before, but I really like this foundation. Again, I've been using it for like 3 days, and this is in the shade, I don't know if you could tell, it's warm beige. So I usually just pump like 2 or 3 pumps on my hands like this, and I'll take it and just kind of swipe it in these areas. And I start small because, like I always say, it's easier to add than it is to take away, especially with foundations. So I may look down a couple of times because I just want to try to look in my mirror and make sure that I have everything blended in like perfectly. But as you can tell, like I've said before again, and those of you that know me, I do self-tan, so I am a little darker sometimes than I am right now. Like right now I'm really losing that tan a little bit, but I usually do self-tan. So this foundation might look a little dark for me right now, but it matches my body. I mean, I know you can't see right now because I'm wearing a t-shirt, but it does match my body. So as you can tell, like those 2 swipes, which is 1 pump, really covered a good section of my cheeks. I'm gonna go in and add some more, obviously, in these areas, and then I'll always go over my cheek area one more time if I have to. I tend to not want to build a lot of foundation on my cheeks and stuff, only because I do have redness, but I wear concealer, so I find that a lot of it blends away. And then I always take the foundation and kind of just put it in this area as well, over my eyes and above my eyebrows. I know some people don't do that because, again, they use concealer, but I like to just kind of start with an even base. I also put foundation on my lips. I mean, I know people avoid that, but I find that it doesn't really matter as long as I'm not having like a really chapped lip day. So this is the foundation. As you can tell, it's not crazy matte. Like, even with all these lights on, like, because I have a big light right here, it still gives me somewhat of a glow, but it's not like an overwhelming glow. It just looks like my skin. So I love this foundation for that reason, because it feels comfortable on the skin. Like, some matte foundations literally feel like a mask. They dry fast and they suck the life out of your skin. And for that, I hate that, because I really do like to try, I mean, I wear a decent amount of makeup, but I like to try to make it look as natural as I can. And that's part of the reason why I blend so much. And like, this sponge has been one of my favorite sponges. I haven't used like a beauty blender, like the brand beauty blender, in a while. I've been trying different sponges, and I had the Real Techniques one for a while, which I will use in the video, but I use that more for like applying powders and stuff, because I find it doesn't have enough give for my liking. But this is the Morphe Highlight and Contour Sponge, and I'm in love with it. Like, I have 2 as a backup, and they're I think $7, so like, it's super affordable. You can get 2 for the price of less than what you would pay for 1 beauty blender, so it ends up working out really great. But yeah, so this is the foundation blended in. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to conceal. Some days when I'm doing my makeup, if I'm doing like a really intense eye look, I won't do my base first. I know some people do, but today I obviously won't be doing like a crazy look, because I'm wearing, you know, a pretty busy shirt, so I won't go crazy with my eyes. I'm kind of just going to do a natural few colors through the crease. That's usually what I do on like an everyday basis, because I find that it wears pretty and it goes well with my look. And like, again, because I'm not going to be doing a crazy eye look, I usually don't prime with an eye primer on these days, because I don't really necessarily care if it lasts all throughout the day, because it's just kind of giving me a wash of color in my eyes. That's really what I'm going for at that point. But so for concealer, I'm going to take the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I don't remember what color this is in, but like, I got this last year. I mean, I know it's probably expired, but whatever. I got this like last year, so it's extremely light for me. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, and this is like an amazing concealer. It's sold out at my Ulta now, so like, I'm scraping the bottle to get to the end of it until I can get it again. But this is in the shade C10, and everybody says this is similar to the Tarte Shape Tape. I did not like the Tarte Shape Tape, because I don't like a crazy thick concealer. Like I said, I kind of like everything to feel light on my face, but I'm taking this shade, which C10 is darker. It's more close to my skin tone, if you can tell, but I don't want a crazy bright highlight, so I'll take the darker shade and I'll put it in all these areas. These are, for people that don't know, like, these are your highlight areas. Usually you want to like draw light to under your eyes to kind of make them seem more awake and bright, and then you obviously have to balance it out on the rest of your face. So now I'm going to take the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, because it's lighter. I'm going to kind of just add it in like a little triangle under my eye, on top of the C10, because the C10 itself would not brighten up tremendously. I use that more on days where I just kind of want to conceal, not so much brighten. And then I'm just going to add a few in this area. Kind of everywhere I put the dark, I will match it with the light. I have to figure out what color this is, but I know it's one of the lighter colors, because when I bought it, I wasn't self-tanning. So now I will take that same Morphe sponge, and I'm just going to blend out under my eyes. A lot of people use the flat end, which is kind of what it's used for. I prefer the round end, because I have like rounder cheeks. So I find that it's easier for me to get in for like my nose crease and stuff with this. Again, if I look down, I'm just trying to make sure that everything's blended. I don't have like a crazy crazy setup right now, because I'm still trying to figure out what will work best in my room with filming videos. So right now you're like on 4 boxes and I'm looking down into a mirror. So I will probably check from time to time to make sure that my foundation and concealer and everything is blending properly, because I'm super picky when it comes to that. Like, I really blend for a while, because I like to make sure that there are no crazy harsh lines. So as you could tell, it blended away beautifully, and it provides like amazing coverage and brightness. The Too Faced concealer on its own is more of a light concealer, because it's a radiant concealer, so it gives you a more natural look. So if you do want like full coverage, I would suggest mixing it with something like I just did. As you could tell, it obviously lightens up my face. more so than it did when I just had the foundation on. So I'm just going to check to make sure that I'm blended, and I am. Like I said, I'm filming on my iPhone, so it's obviously not going to be like this amazing quality or anything yet. I'm trying to figure it out as I go. So now that my concealer is blended, I am going to set with the Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Setting Powder. And I want to open this like super carefully because it's really good and I don't want to lose any of it. Like, it's like precious powder to me. So I don't know if it's washed out. Yeah, so you can tell it has like a little bit of a peach tint to it. And it is scented. If you don't like peach scent, I would say that this collection may not be for you, certain items, especially this powder, because this powder is like hardcore peach scent and it actually tastes like peaches. Not that I like ate it, but when you put it on your eyes and you inhale it, it definitely smells like peaches. So I'm going to take my Real Techniques beauty sponge, and it's damp, not wet, and I'm going to just take this powder on the sponge. And I'm just going to put it under my eyes like this. It's kind of like baking, but I don't hardcore bake only because I really don't have the patience for it. Like, that's all it is. Like, I can't sit still for like 5 minutes. So, yeah, see, I'm eating the powder now, and it literally tastes like peach candy. But I just don't have the patience for it. I just don't like to sit still that long. But so as you can see, I'm just taking the powder and putting it really everywhere that I put concealer. I also put it over my smile lines, and I'm sticking my tongue in my cheek because it pushes out the lines so that the powder doesn't settle in the lines. And this is just kind of like a light. I will add it definitely in here because, again, that's where I get really oily. And I'll just leave it for like a minute or so. So while I'm leaving it, I will close this really quickly because, like I said, precious powder, I don't want to waste it. I don't know if you could tell, like, it's very, very finely milled. So as I'm closing it, like, I don't know if the light is washing it out, but you can literally just see it flies everywhere. And it's one of my favorite powders. I went and bought another kit because the powder itself is sold out at Sephora. I went and bought another kit completely just so I could have the powder in it and the primer because I love the primer. The mattifying spray is nice too, but overall I really just bought it for that specific reason. So while we're talking really quickly, I'm gonna let this sit for like 1 minute, but I just wanted to explain why I'm kind of doing what I'm doing for, like I said, people that don't know. I have like really not sunken in eyes, but I have very defined eyes in this area. Like, I have kind of like a pocket right here, and it's like my cheekbone sinks in, so I try to bring like light to under my eyes because of that reason, especially when I'm tired or I'm not drinking enough water. Like, it's very apparent that I have that dip in my eyes, and I have smaller eyes, so there's not much that I can do about it. So with the brighter concealer, it kind of just brings the attention. That's why I only put it here. It brings the attention to my eyes where I look more awake, and it doesn't give me like an overall white cast. Like, obviously it's gonna change the color of my foundation, like I said, but it doesn't change my foundation tremendously. So with that being said, you could bake longer. So baking, really what it is you just let the powder sit on your face, and your skin kind of heats up. That's what it's supposed to do. It heats up the powder and bakes it into your face so it blends a little bit more naturally. But now I'm going to take, this is the brush that is like my favorite brush. I've had it since I was 16, so a while, and they've actually discontinued this specific brush at Sephora, but it's just like the best brush for brushing away like bake or anything under your eyes. It doesn't leave patches. It's really good. It's the brush number 55, and it's all almost off at this point, but it says airbrush something number 55, and now I'm just going to take that brush and I'll take the excess powder and kind of blend it down my face in the areas that I, again, didn't powder, and I'll run it over my eyes and in this area like this. Really, my goal is to spread the powder out along the areas that I didn't cover. So I'll throw it down my neck and kind of over my eyes. And as you can see, like, my skin looks smooth. There is nothing on my skin besides what I've shown you. Like, you've watched me put it all on, and when you saw in the beginning I had redness and some bumps. My skin looks poreless, it looks matte, and that in itself is why I love that powder. And the other benefit to it is it really keeps my skin shine free. Like, I started getting shiny yesterday after 8 hours of wearing it, and it wasn't even like this gross shine, it was just like a dewy look. So I really love that powder for that reason. the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my new Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes eyeshadow palette. And again, I say new, it's new to me. I've used it yesterday is the first time actually that I've used it, and it's just so pretty. It comes in like this nice container, and it's like not soft, but it's not hard. It's just like this frosted kind of plasticky cover, and it's called the Velvet Matte Eyeshadow Palette infused with peach and sweet fig cream. And the color story to this like spoke to me in so many ways, because especially now in the summer that I'm going to be more tan, I love like peaches like this and some pinky colors, and I love nudes. So I'm gonna try to show you like as we go, like I said, the color story and what I'm using, but I'm only doing like a very light wash of color. Yesterday I did like a really pretty purpley peachy kind of look, but I was wearing white, so it was a little different. Today I'm just gonna kind of throw some colors in my crease because it kind of just gives some definition to my eyes, and I have to be careful about going overboard because I have small eyes. If I do wear a lot of eyeshadow or a lot of crazy colors, I have to wear fake eyelashes, and today I'm going to the gym later, so I'm gonna be like glam at the gym like usual. I'm a little extra, but everybody that knows me knows that too. So what I'm gonna do first, actually, I was gonna go in with my crease, but what I'm gonna do first, this is the Morphe Eye Slay Kit. I bought it at Ulta. I think it was $18, and it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brushes, 5 brushes. I don't know. I have to count later. But I'm going to take this peach meringue shade. It's just like a really, these both look really white. The light is kind of washing it out. But peach meringue is literally just more white toned than anything. And the second shade, peach butter, has a little bit of pink in it. But I'm going to take peach meringue, and I'm just going to kind of put it on my eyebrow bone and under my eyebrow to bring some light to this area. I will add highlight later, but just to kind of brighten it up, I'm going to add the peach meringue, and this is just like a flat shader brush. The next thing I'm going to do is, this is like one of my favorite crease brushes to this day. A friend of mine, well, when I was blogging when I was 16, I met her, and she was on a TV show that I used to watch. I believe it was called Glam Fairies. Jessica Romano, she created a company. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Glamour Dolls. And I ordered some stuff from her, some lip glosses and stuff last year, and she sent me this brush because I was like, oh my god, that looks so cool, and I forgot to order it, so she sent it to me, and I love it. Like, I love it. It's one of the best brushes. It's super soft. Her brand is super inexpensive too. I think the brush was $3.99. which is really good, and it's lasted me a year, and I like use and abuse this brush. And she just came out with like a Lisa Frank collection, and they're in the works of it still, so I ordered some stuff from that. I believe an eyeshadow palette and stuff, so I'm really excited to get that as well. But I'm going to take this peach tea shade, which is like a warm brown. Anybody that knows me knows I love warm browns. And I'm just going to take this and kind of run it through my crease. And as you can see, immediately it gives me much more of a brightening effect. I find that for my skin tone, I have like a yellow skin tone, and I have more so, like I said, small eyes, but my eyes are like a greeny blue. They kind of change color when they feel like it. I find that these browns, they really brighten up my eyes, and they give me that really nice kind of defined effect without being too much. So I'm just gonna take this in my crease, like I said, and I bring it up a little higher. Like, my crease ends here, but I bring it up here a bit more and kind of just smoke it out. Like I said, I'm just blending. I blend for like a really long time a lot of the time, so I might fast forward through this for you because it takes forever. So this is just my eyes blended. Also, something to note, this eye is smaller than this eye. So like, this eye is smaller than this eye. The lid is different. So as you can see, this one looks more smoked out. It's just the way my eyes are, unfortunately. So I'm gonna take this next shade, which is right here, Fresh picked, and I'm just gonna run that with the same brush under this color, and it's just kind of like a light wash. It doesn't change it much. Excuse me. It doesn't change it much. It just changes it a little bit. And basically that's all I'm gonna do for my eyes, because like I said, I just want a really light look. I'm gonna take this brush. It might have a little bit of leftover. Yeah, it has a little bit of leftover. shadow in it. But I'm going to take Peaches and Cream, which is just like a nice light pink peachy color, and I'm just going to run that over this to kind of try to blend this in to be more natural, which that's a side tip. For anybody, if you find that your eyeshadow is like, and you're doing a natural look, if you're doing like a bunch of different colors, I wouldn't suggest this because it will blend your colors together and it could create a muddy look. But if you find that your shadow is just too much, take a clean brush, and you can either run the clean brush over it, or you can get like a lighter pink shade, or like a, not a white, but like a cream shade or whatever, a skin tone shade, and just mix them together with the other shadows, and it'll just kind of smooth it out. So like, as you can tell, like I said, it's just a light wash. Later I will go on and add highlight up there, and we will make it a little bit brighter. But this palette, this Just Peachy Matte palette, this is going to be one of my favorites. I love, love, love the Too Faced Peach palette. I'm looking over there because that's where my makeup is, like my vanity. But I love the Too Faced Peach palette, and then I bought this one and I was like, you guys are killing it. Like, I love all this stuff. So the next thing I'm going to do is my mascara. I did my eyeshadow already. My mascara. I don't wear eyeliner. Not usually, at least. If I have fake eyelashes on, I might define my eyes a little bit with eyeliner, but I don't wear eyeliner on like a daily basis. So I will do my mascara. I will start it on camera to kind of show you, and then I'll probably finish it off camera just to kind of get it moving, because I take a long time with my mascara too. But I do have a new mascara that I'm going to try to show you guys. I've used it a couple times, but I love, 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 love it. And obviously I will top it with my favorite mascara, which my favorite of all times is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So I'm going to start with my eyes now. So the next thing, like I said, is my mascara. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I might like kind of slide off the camera for a second, just because like curling my lashes is a little difficult from super far away. But like, not that you're super far away, but you're not super close either. So I will try my hardest to be super close, but we'll see what happens. The mascara that I'm going to show you guys today is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara, and it's in this beautiful hard, like this is heavy frosted metal. I don't know if you can hear like the sound it makes when I do it, but this mascara, I originally saw Trend Mood post about it, and I was like, whoa, like interesting. I thought it was a big step for a makeup company to even do something like that, because this mascara is called the Kush Mascara, and it is formulated with CBD oil. So I've never seen a company do something like that. And upon further like reading into it, it basically claims that the mascara is going to lengthen your lashes, make them more voluminous, and also will condition your lashes. And I have to say that I do feel that this does condition my lashes. Like when I take it off, it also claims that when you take it off, you won't like have to tug as hard. I find when I take it off, I don't have to tug as hard, and it actually makes my lashes feel very healthy. Like sometimes my eyes will feel like dry, specifically my lashes, because I wear a lot of mascara. So when I take this off, I don't find that. And I also find that this mascara gives my lashes like this thickness to them, like that I can't find with other mascaras. It doesn't necessarily give me a lot of length. I think the Too Faced Better Than Sex gives me more length, but this gives me like a lot of volume. So I do like to combine the two. I'm just going to curl my lashes really quickly. This is just like a cheap eyelash curler from Rite Aid. And it gives me good volume. I've never really complained about it, but I find for my eyelashes that curling them is an essential step because I have such small eyes. I'm gonna try to do this so that you guys can see how great it is. I actually am gonna take this palette right here underneath, so that way you can see what I'm doing and I can see what I'm doing, and we both win. But this is the mascara. I will show you after just one coat how awesome it is. And the reason I really like this is because the brush is like fat in the middle and it tapers out into a point. And as you can see, I could take the point and just kind of get at my smaller corners without struggling. And this gives me like some great volume, I would say. I have very sparse eyelashes as well. Like my eyes are just kind of my rough area, if you haven't been able to tell. But so this is what it looks like after one coat, and like you can see the difference obviously between this eye and this eye. It gives them great separation, but you do, I have to say, have to be careful with how much you apply at first. I'm sorry if I'm like covering the area, but I just am trying to get my bottom lashes, because some people do not do their bottom lashes. but for me, I find that it's essential because otherwise my eyes don't see, like you could tell, they don't look as awake. A lot of people say if you put mascara on your bottom lashes, it actually makes them look more closed in. I don't find this. I find the opposite. I find if I don't put it on, that I kind of look flat, and I don't necessarily need that because my eyes are small. So obviously this is one coat, and I'm just going over it one more time. So technically, I guess you could say this is 2 coats. But I'm going to go over it one more time, separate the rest of these lashes, and then immediately after, I'm obviously going to do this eye off camera just because nobody wants to sit here and watch me do my mascara for 5 hours. This is actually like the longest part of my makeup, I would say, is my mascara. Now I'm going to take the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and while this is still wet, I'm going to take this one and just kind of pop it on the tops of my lashes quickly. And this really makes the look for me. You'll see like the immediate, yeah, like you see the immediate difference in it. It just kind of pulls the look together. It gives my lashes like a lot more thickness, I would say, a lot darker of a color. It's just like a really good mascara. And when I use this on its own, it's for more light days, because I do find that this mascara on its own, while it performs well, it doesn't hold my curl all day for my lashes. So I usually do use it with another mascara, which I don't mind because usually I use drugstore mascaras. But this mascara with the Milk mascara that I've been trying, honestly, it might be like my new favorite combo. I usually use the L'Oreal, it's a purple tube and it has like the false lashes on it. It's like the new one, but I usually use that with this Better Than Sex. But honestly, like, you can see the difference between this eye and this eye, and even from the side, like the thickness of my actual lash is amazing. But so I'm gonna finish this this eye off camera, and then we will get back to doing like the face and stuff. So I will see you in like 2 seconds in YouTube land. Okay, so I've finished my mascara now, and as you could tell, like, it's made a huge difference in my eyes. This is it up close. The Milk mascara definitely gives me like a thickness, like I've said. Like, I'm just kind of really surprised at how good it looks. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to do this on camera again. I might do one and just kind of do the other one off camera. I don't take a long time with my eyebrows, but I'm very particular, so I'll probably have like the mirror here and you won't be able to see. But right now I'm using, I switched between the Anastasia Brow Wiz and the Benefit, I think it's called Goof Proof eyebrow pencil. It's a thicker eyebrow pencil, and that one is honestly my favorite. It has like a really nice creamy formula, but I've been using this one. I used this before the Benefit one came out, and once I started using the Benefit one, I haven't used another one, but I went back to this one because it was on sale at Ulta for like, I think $11, and again, college girl, broke budget, you know, the life. So I'm gonna take the spoolie and I'm just gonna brush out my eyebrow. As you can tell, this one has a little bit more sparseness, so this one I probably will do off camera because I have to be very particular about how I line it, and I need to get my eyebrows done, so it's going to be a little difficult. I don't know if I said this already, but the shade is Soft Brown that I'm using. I have really like blonde bottom, but I keep my roots dark, like I smudge them, because I just like that look better. So I'm going to try, I'm obviously not going to be able to look at you guys that much while I do this, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, you can kind of see. I'm taking the pencil and I just kind of take it from the bottom first, and I connect where my hair is supposed to be right there with the under my brow, and I stop like right in this midpoint, and I do the same thing at the top. It's kind of like a tracer for me where I need to go. I have a little bit of sparseness in the top of my brow as well in this area, so I'll just take that and like I'll take the line now and blend the line in. I don't like a very thick eyebrow or a very harsh eyebrow, and I'll just take this now and run it through again like this a bunch of times, and you could see it's starting to build up in this area. Probably won't talk too much in this part. You know, it's funny because like I was filming the other day and I was re-watching my video because I filmed like 3 videos at this point, and I'm like really picky and I haven't posted any of them, but I like open my mouth a lot when I do my makeup. It's kind of just a natural reaction. So if I'm sitting here like this, I'm sorry. It's just kind of like, especially when I apply mascara, my mouth tends to go open a lot. I feel like everybody does that to an extent, but I've noticed it a lot in my videos. So I guess the one thing about filming or like seeing yourself on camera is you see things that you do that you might not notice in real life. So I'm just gonna take this and drag my tail of my eyebrow out, and I'll run the pencil through it one more time. And so that's this eyebrow done. I will do the other one off camera because I feel like it's just going to take a really long time. And then I will do the rest of my face. But what I will show you is for my eyebrow gel, I use the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. And this stuff is like the real deal. It's literally like super glue for your eyebrows, but it's not uncomfortable. Like, it sets your brows and whatever product you're using in your brows all day, but it doesn't feel like, you can't feel it. So the only thing I would say though is you can feel it if you use like a lot of it. Like if you're running through your eyebrows a bunch of times with this, you're gonna feel it for sure. Like it'll kind of clump up in areas. But if you just do like a quick 2 swipes like I just did, or like 3, I don't really remember. But if you just do like quick and light, you kind of brush off the product into the bottle, it gives you like a great set and it holds all day. So I'm gonna finish this eyebrow off camera, and then in the magic of YouTube land, I will be back to do my contour, my blush, my highlight, and my setting spray, and then we will be done and I can go do my errands. Okay, so I am back and I finished my eyebrows. I've set them both on each side. Obviously you saw this side done, but this is like the finished look. As you could tell, I have eyebrows now. I always have eyebrows, but like I have a lot of sparseness, so it kind of just pulls it together, and I find that it doesn't look too overdrawn or anything. Like, I'll come up close for you and show you. It really just looks like my hair on my eyebrows. You could see like a little bit that obviously I have a pencil in, but like that's kind of what I like about brow pencils versus like a pomade versus like a pomade. I used to use the Dip Brow a lot when I was in high school, and then I look back at pictures and I'm like, girlfriend, your eyebrows look like boxes, like straight up boxes. So definitely a side note, makeup is totally a learning process. Like, I look at pictures of myself from high school, and like everybody used to make fun of me in high school and be like, oh Sarah, you're orange, and I would be like, and like I was just like, okay, I don't care. But then I look back at pictures and like I legitimately used to use Bare Minerals Warmth all over my face. There was no like foundation matching, or like the Maybelline the Dream Matte Mousse all over my face, and it would be cakey, and I didn't care. I rocked that, and I rocked the square eyebrows, and now I look at it and I'm like, well, my friend. So like, again, it's a learning experience. Sometimes you look back at pictures and you're like, I can't believe I did that. Like, for a while I had no eyebrows. I had like little tiny eyebrows, but it's also a style thing. Like, you go through phases and like trends happen and things happen and you think like, wow, I'm so great. And then you look at it and you're like, you should have stopped. So the next thing that I'm going to do is my bronzer. I'm not going to do like a contour today because it's more of a natural look, but I will put it in the contours of my cheeks, and then I do this kind of as like my first bronzery contour thing, and then I top it with a shimmer style. I can't talk today, guys. I need coffee. I didn't get it yet. I top it with like a shimmer style bronzer. So this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in medium deep. There's a darker one, I think, and I was thinking about buying that one, but we'll see what happens when I get darker. And this is the Tarte Mermaid brush. I don't remember what it's called. Again, I just got this brush collection kit thing, and like, it's one of my favorites. I bought it at the Sephora sale, and this is like the bronzery contour brush, and I find that it fits perfectly into the cheekbone. So obviously I can't talk for a second because I'm gonna squeeze my cheekbones, but I'm just gonna take this and apply it in this area first. So as you can see, like, it applies beautifully. It's a nice soft texture. It blends in beautifully with the skin, and it doesn't give you like a textured look. Some bronzers I find, especially like looking back at high school pictures, because again, I was the queen of bronzer. Even when I wasn't tan, I was the queen of bronzer. But I find some of them like apply patchy, and even when you watch YouTube sometimes, because like, I don't know about you guys, but I watch YouTube a lot. That's kind of where I learned to do my makeup. Actually, that's exactly where I learned to do my makeup. But I find that the bronzer sometimes on camera will pick up patchy, and you're like, and it doesn't look good. But this bronzer, every time, like with makeup, without makeup, it gives me such a clean application. So I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna blend it under my jawline and my little double chin. We're gonna contour that. I think I'll always have one, like no matter how much weight I lose. I've been exercising a lot, and like I changed my eating habits and I've lost about 25 pounds at this point, but like no matter what, this chin, I'm rocking it, I guess. It's just gonna be my best friend. But I'm just doing this side so I can't talk for a second, obviously. And as you can see, like this brush, it just fits perfectly in that contour. This side of my face is a little, like this side clearly you can see is super angled. This side, I struggle a little bit more with my cheekbones here because I feel like it's not as prominent. But I'm going to take this bronzer and just run it under here. And then I'm going to do my nose. So for my nose, I will take this Tarte Mermaid brush. It's a flat eyeshadow brush, but I've been using it for a nose contour because I really have like a lot of flat shadow brushes. So I don't always contour my nose in depth every day, but I figured I would do it today just to kind of show you guys what I do. Most of the days I just take like this brush and just swipe these down the side and then I'll run it over here. It doesn't give you a contoured look, but it gives you a natural look because again, I don't always do like a super strong makeup look. Sometimes it's just more natural. But I'm just going to take this brush and I'm going to apply the bronzer harshly in this area and in this area right here. So you want to try to follow the sides of your nose. Like I don't have a super pointy nose. I have more of like angle here, like you could tell from the side. I kind of have like a slope nose. I have my dad's nose. No shade, Dad, but I have your nose. So it kind of goes like this and it points out. So what I like to do is I'll follow it here. Like this is my nose bone, like the bone of my nose I've hit here. And then I take the bronzer and I kind of just go this way and I cut it down. Kind of like this. What I'll do after that is I'll just take this brush and blend sideways. So you want to just kind of blend the contour sideways. Sometimes I find if I put it on crazy harsh and it doesn't blend, I will take it up into this area and blend it with my eyeshadow so it gives it a more seamless look. But I just blend it and I keep blending it down. You want to blend down with these things. If you blend inward, it's gonna make it look muddy. You want to kind of try to blend it down, like not into your eye, but like blend it this. Like it's more of a patting motion than anything. And down here, I just kind of, so that's what my nose, like you could see it gives me more of a definition. It obviously doesn't give me like a super tiny nose, but it gives me the definition that I need sometimes. So that's it up close. So the next thing I'm going to do, I was just putting my brush away. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my this is from the Too Faced Sweet Peach collection. So I'm going to take this, and this is the Sweet Peach Face Glow Kit. I remember this came out like, I think around Christmas time last year, and like my dad was looking for a Christmas present to buy my mom, and she had just gotten into makeup, like really into it, because she used to wear Bare Minerals for like years. She still does, but like we're trying to branch her out a little bit. And so I told my dad, I was like, you have to go to the Sweet Peach collection. So he got her like the eyeshadow, because I had the eyeshadow already, but this is when it went like out of stock for a while, and it restocked during Christmas, and they came out with all that other stuff. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but he got her like the eyeshadow, and he got her the Sweet Peach face kit, and I was like, I can't afford that right now, but I want it so bad. So I called my boyfriend and I was like, I need that, please, I need that. And he was like, do you really need it? And I was like, yes. So I got it. And I've used it quite heavily. The only thing I haven't really used much up until this point, which I will explain as we come closer to it, but I didn't use the blush as much because I felt that it was like too harsh, but I'll show you how I use it now. But so I'm going to just take this like bronzy shade in here. It doesn't have a name, I don't think, but it's just the bronzer shade, and it has shimmer in it. So they show that you can use this on its own. I like love I can't talk today, guys. I love bronzer. So I like to use a darker bronzer first, because I find this one's kind of just more natural, and you know, sometimes natural is good, but sometimes I like really bronze. Usually I like really bronze. Like if I could pick 3 makeup products that I couldn't live without, it would be my bronzer, my mascara, and probably concealer. Highlight I could live without, blush I could live without, but like bronzer, So this, obviously, as you can tell, I don't know, like, so you see this side, it's a little bit more flat. This side has much more of a sheen. But I will get closer in a second, like, I mean, as close as I can get to you guys. And I will show you it does not have glitter in it. So, like, that's a big pet peeve of mine. I don't do glitter on my face. Especially, I know with more mature skin, you don't want glitter on your face because glitter will make you look a little older. So, I will take this and just kind of run the excess there. But, it's just like, I don't know if you could see it, but it's just a beautiful glow. I think my light might be washing me out a bit, but it just looks, and also I have to say that this applies so much nicer when I got this brush and when I started using the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. Like, that powder really has made a difference in the past 4 days in how my makeup looks. Whereas, I haven't decided in this video if I will do like a wear test, like if I'll add in a little bit of a clip of me during the day wearing the makeup and showing you like how long it lasts and stuff. I may, because I know a lot of people do want to know, like, how long does this last? Does it break up? Do you, you know, if you have oily skin? And that's definitely what I do on YouTube. I will go and like research stuff on YouTube before I buy it. So for me, like, I might add that in, or I might do a separate video. I'm not certain. I guess you guys can let me know too. I will probably post this on my Facebook first because I'm shy and like I want people I know to see it first before I like kind of go and post it on like actual YouTube because I get nervous. I'm shy, shockingly. But I will see if you guys want me to do something like that, or like if you guys want to do like a recommendation of what I think you should do and how you wear it. Like, we'll figure it out as we go. But the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to put this brush away first before I forget. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight. I don't know where I put it. Okay, so I'm going to take the same, just kidding, I'm going to do my blush first. I'm going to take this same palette, so this is the Peach Glow palette, and I'm going to take this brush. So I'll do this brush first. I use this brush for my highlighter. I'm just trying to take all the glitter out of it. I use this brush for my highlighter and my blush. And so now this blush, like I said, I found it to be very bright for a while. No matter how tan I got, I just found it was like extremely bright, and I couldn't get it down. I usually am more of like a, I know this is a peach, but like a deep peach blush kind of person, or like more of a tan colored blush. Like, I don't like super pinks. So this peachy coral was hard for me to work with, so I just always stayed away from it. But then I got this brush, and the lady at Sephora, like, there was a Tarte representative working at Sephora that day, and she was like, just try these. I was walking by them, and she was like, you have to feel them, like, you know, they're beautiful. So I was like, okay. So I was trying them, and she explained that you can use this as a highlighter or as a blush brush, and I love the way it works for both. It's very like soft, and it's not super dense, so it applies the product super diffused. So what I'll do is I'll take this and kind of blow it off, and then I just put it on the apples of my cheeks, and I blend upward. I have very chubby cheeks, as you can see. So just take a little bit more of it and I'll blend it. I know a lot of YouTubers, like, especially YouTubers that I watch, they like will like load on their blush and it looks so good on them. Like, they do like this and they'll just blend it all the way there. Every time I do that, I feel like I look like a clown. So for like real life me, I just kind of put it here, and I just see it gives you like this beautiful washed out diffused look, and it also adds some dimension to the face that the bronzer can't always add. So after that, I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to wipe it. Like, I'll just wipe it on the back of my hand. It doesn't really pick up a crazy amount of product, so really it's not horrible. But I'm going to take the highlighter from the Sweet Peach collection, and I'm just going to brush it along this area. And like, as you could tell, it's freaking pigmented. Like, but it's not like pigmented in the fact that you're like, ew, like this is too much. Like, okay, specifically my mom, just to kind of give an example, I put it here as well, by the way. So like, my mom doesn't like to use a super pigmented highlighter or one that has more chunky glitter, because it does, like I said, accentuate maybe texture a little bit more. I don't have a lot of texture in this area right here. I do have some texture, but it's nothing unreal that I can't work with. So I'm sorry if you guys hear like a noise. That is my cat scratching at the door, and she doesn't listen to anybody, not even me. So I've given up on trying. But I'm just gonna add some highlighter to the nose. I put a little bit here and a little bit here. my Cupid's bow, and then I'll add a tiny bit there. As I've said, I've been getting oily. I used to use the Laura Mercier candle glow powder all over my face, and I looked like this beautiful glowy goddess, and now I look oily. So we just kind of do it lightly. But so what I'm going to do is, this is the Too Faced highlighter on its own. I'm going to take some of the Fenty Beauty, because the Too Faced highlighter is more of a pinky peach, and while it gives me like a beautiful glow, sometimes I really gravitate more towards champagne-y golds. So to darken it up a tiny bit, I'm just going to take the Fenty Beauty highlighter and Hustle Baby, and I'm going to just take the brush, and I'm going to put a little bit here. And as you can tell, this one is super pigmented as well, like real pigmented. And I'm just going to add that to this part of my cheekbones here. All the places that I went before except my chin, because this has a lot of glow. So I don't want my chin to look like too much. But as you can tell, it just gives me this beautiful look. So now what I'm going to do is, I haven't decided if I'm going to take the Fenty or the Too Faced. I think I'm going to take the Fenty. And I'm going to put this in the inner corner of my eye and under my eyebrow. I want to just wipe this off this brush because I cleaned it, but I did use the Too Faced shadows with it yesterday, the darker colors. So I don't want it to like put like a dark brown in the corner of my eye. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pop it on the inner corner of my eye. I always do this step when I am doing makeup because I feel like it really like brightens my eye. So I'm just taking a pencil brush, obviously, from the Morphe Eye Slay collection at Ulta. Again, it's a really good kit, and I got it when they were doing the 20% off. Like, they sent me a 20% off even Prestige Brands coupon, and so I think I paid like, I'm not really good at math, so I'm not going to tell you exactly what I paid because I don't really remember, but I paid a good price for them, and they end up working out to be really cheap per brush. So now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to blow it off, and I'm just going to put it right under the arch in my brow. And I highlighted before, I don't know if you remember, because we've been doing our makeup for like a long time, but I highlighted under the brow with the white all over, and now I'm just taking it and kind of dragging it here. So that is the highlight and all that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray my Peach Mist spray. Now here's the thing, I've been seeing like a lot of stuff about this on YouTube. Knock on wood, like let's hope I don't experience this on this video because then I'll look like a liar. But so I've seen a lot of people spray this and they get like white stuff all over their face, like white dots and stuff. It says shake me baby, and I've noticed that you really have to shake it. So you might not hear me, but I shake it a lot. It has like a little ball in it. And I just take this and I'm gonna spray my face like this. Just like a light mist. See, let's see. Do I have anything on my face? No, no, no. You're obviously going to see little dots right now because it's drying. But I don't see anything going on. Sorry, I had to look down at my mirror to make sure. So while that's drying, I'm going to do my gloss. If I can find it. It's right here. Where did I put it before? What a shocker. Okay, so I'm going to use the Too Faced Sweet Peach Gloss. This is again from the previous collection. The new collection, the Peach collection they came out with in the fall, came with lipsticks. And I was going to buy a lipstick, but they didn't have the lipstick I wanted at my actual Sephora, and I wanted to swatch it. There was one that I loved, Sunday Fun Day, and that's like a nude lipstick, but I was like, girl, how many nude lipsticks do you need? Because let's be real, most of the time I just wear gloss. I feel like really silly wearing lipstick sometimes because I don't go anywhere that important. So I feel kind of funny, like full face of makeup, doing my normal day stuff. So I usually tend to go to glosses, but this gloss is Papa Don't Peach. By the way, the lipstick that I wanted to try, I think it was called Breakfast Club. I'll link it below. It's the Sweet Peach, the newer lipsticks. They're beautiful, like they're matte. I swatched them, the ones that they had in the store, and they stayed on my hand, like no lie, like all day. I had to like scrub it to get it off, and it was just a plain lipstick, so that's really awesome. But this lip gloss, again, I said is in Papa Don't Peach, and I have a different one. I don't remember what color it is, but I gave it to my mom because it was a little too pink for me. But this is like a peachy nude, so I'm just gonna put this on my lips. I have little baby lips too, guys. So it tastes like peaches. Not that I'm like licking my lips all day like peaches, but it tastes like peaches, and it's super moisturizing, and it lasts all day. It's not sticky. It literally feels just like chapstick kind of. So this is the finished look. I'm gonna take my hair down and be like all those other YouTubers that like shake their hair, except I have really crazy curly hair, so I'm just gonna do this. So this is the final look. This is it up close. It looks beautiful. I will insert some pictures of it as well into the video. And I'm thinking I might do the wear test for you guys, just because like I really am super impressed with this foundation so far, and like I want everybody else to be impressed too. So this is my final look, and this is probably gonna be the first video that you see because I like this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me, and I hope to do this more often once I get like a better setup and you're not sitting on 4 boxes in a tissue box with my iPhone. But this is it, and this is just like a natural everyday. This is really what I would do almost on an everyday basis. And also, side note, since I'm looking at my hair is like a wavy kind of texture. You could tell it's not like crazy like tight curls, but I would say it's curly wavy. I've always struggled with keeping it this way because it's once it gets a little longer like this, like if it's not here, once it gets a little longer, it feels like it almost gets weighed down really fast, so I always end up pulling it up. But I found some new products that, well, not new products, some of them I've been using, but I added a new product. It's in the bathroom because my mom has one that she started using too, and I just ordered a new one for me. As you could tell, my mom and we like hair stuff and makeup stuff. My mom likes hair stuff a whole lot more than I do. I'm not a hair person. I just pull my hair in a ponytail at night or a bun, and I hope it comes out good in the morning. But this I've been using is the Southern Belle by Dry Bar. It's a root lifting spray, and I will put it on my roots at night when my hair is damp, and I'll just kind of mush it through all my hair along with my regular products, and it gives me like this beautiful look all day. My hair's voluminous, I can never say that word right, voluminous all day, and it just stays really well because a lot of times my hair will fall during the day. So I would definitely recommend you guys check that out. And okay, now I'm really gonna say goodbye because I have a lot of stuff to do. So I will see you guys later.